Well, howdy, folks. It's time for Beyond the Smoke Barbecue Talk. So grab your drink of choice and come gather around the fire as we talk all things Beyond the Smoke. Featuring Pitmaster chats from all your favorite names in barbecue. We chat about competitions, pits, meats, and everything in between. From barbecue to grilling, from trimming to smoking, we got you covered. Got questions? Let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks for coming, friend. We're glad you're here. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk some barbecue. It's time to go Beyond the Smoke.
What's up, ladies?
What's up, boys?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome back, Anthony.
Thanks, man. My little hiatus.
Vacation?
It's called OT.
Oh no, good thing to have you back, man. Good to have you
I'm
back.
glad to be back.
Yeah,
Sir.
Yeah. Well, what are you thinking
What do you think about what?
about coming back, dude?
Oh, man. Honestly, man, I think I missed it a little too much because I ended up watching, the shows afterwards and stuff like that. And I'm all like, damn, it's missing a little something. I wonder what it is.
The new
Missing a little
Mexico
dash and a
flair.
sprinkle of me. Yeah.
A little New Mexico flair.
Yeah. That's right.
Hell
Little
yeah.
Z symbol on that bad boy. You missing it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. How's it going? You been doing any cooking or no?
And I actually did cook. I cooked, it's my wife's birthday, so I just literally finished cooking a bunch like peppers and sausage and, like that kind of mix and stuff.
Yeah.
So I finished making that a while ago. And then yesterday I did steak and some skirt steak fajitas and also some chicken fajitas, man. Grilled it up so for Sunday. So
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty good, man.
Are you marinating your fajitas or just cooking them, throwing them on the grill?
No, I'm marinating them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Simple. Keep it simple. And I almost made a rookie mistake, man. I almost cut them for the skirt steak. I almost cut it the wrong way, man. I almost went with the grain. I was like, oh, man. Had one too many cervezas, man.
Just cut them so that they're bite-sized pieces, and you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with those beef prices right now. You don't want to miss out up, dude.
Oh, no, man. I think I paid $52 for a little less than 4 pounds. It was 3.5 pounds or something like that. Beef, skirt steak, yeah.
I can't remember. Don't quote me on it, but I think the last time I looked at insides was like $19 or $15, $15 to $19 a pound, dude.
Jeez.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's just Odessa prices. I don't know what the prices are in Midland. I don't look in Midland, so I don't know, but the
That's
prices
cool,
over
man.
here in Odessa, they are price
Yep.
gouging for sure, man. For sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It makes a difference when we go to Lubbock to shop or we go to Midland or something, man. Man.
Yeah.
Feel it, bro.
What about you, Kyle? What's going on with you this week?
Nothing, man. I was just getting all the drums cleaned up and ready to go for this weekend. You ready,
Oh
Ant?
yeah. Yeah, y'all going to Houston, right?
Waller?
How far is that
Oh
from
yeah.
Houston?
Mine are clean on the outside, but not on the inside. I need to clean them bad boys, man.
It's about I don't know, 30 minutes or something. We're going to the game on Monday, so I think it's like 50 minutes, 45 minutes to the Texans arena.
Oh, right on.
I was feeling nostalgic. I lit the drum this weekend. I remembered how to do it, dude. And I kid you not, man. I kid you not. I set the dampers in the front, dude. 300 degrees in like 10 minutes, and it's just sitting there the whole time at 300 degrees. Nothing I could do to change it. You know what I mean? So those things are efficient, dude. I give them that.
What'd you
No, I
cook?
love mine.
Another 2-inch pork steak.
There you go.
Yeah, those things, man, you can't beat that, dude. I mean, I usually put them on the grill and I'll grill them that way, but I've been smoking them at 300 on the drums here lately, and man, that dude, they're butter. I mean, you get them butter in a couple hours and wrap them, and man, they're good, and the kids love them. So I'll spend a little bit of time doing that.
So is that going in the trailer then, or what?
I mean, eventually, I don't even know how I would even sell them. You sell them by what, half pound? Same thing, or what? Just slice them, or you sell them as wholes? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we can ask our guest that.
I would imagine it'd be by the pound. I know, like, oh shit, what's the name of that place in Llano? You go down there and you buy pork chops. It's by the pound, right? Like,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff is usually by the pound.
Yeah.
It's like brisket.
I probably go out of business quick. I probably lay that whole thing like that, like a fillet on top of a big old half a head of lettuce and shit. Be like 35.
Oh, well, cool, man. Well, let's get into it. Y'all excited for this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's bring him in, man. Chef Ara from Harlem Road Barbecue.
Good evening. How's it going, guys?
How's it going, man?
Fantastic.
Hey, Ara. Appreciate you coming on for sure.
Yes, sir.
100%.
It's an honor to be part of this. Thanks for asking me to be.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. It was. I'm kind of weary whenever I contact guests. Usually people that I follow, and I was like, Ara's not going to contact me, and nope, right away he sent me a message back and he said, let's do it. I'm so excited. I'm like, let's do it.
I love supporting everyone. So
awesome.
You guys do a great job, and it's truly an honor to be a part of this. So thank you.
Yeah. We appreciate it. 57 episodes in, and I think we're getting there.
Yeah, keep up the good work. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. I think we've only had 2 weeks off and Christmas. Other than that, it's been every week we've been going at it.
Awesome. So, hey, it's a commitment. It's hard.
Yeah, especially when starting the whole thing and now it's just like we finish the show and then the next week's already coming up. We're already preparing for the next one, and by the time you know it, time's just flying. Like here, like I said, 57 episodes in, and here we are. We're still here, still talking barbecue.
Oh shoot, what's going on, Colin?
So Ara, for the people,
yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about Harlem Road.
Small place in Richmond. When I first built this restaurant here, there was nothing except grass and pastures. So everybody thought I was crazy to put up a barbecue joint here. So it's small, it's only 40 seats, another 8 to 16 seats outside on the covered patio. From the outside, doesn't look like much, but when you come inside, it's nice and warm and cozy. You see the wall behind me. That's all reclaimed cedar fence boards. When I was designing the restaurant, I used as all the structural beams that hold up the restaurant. Those are all drilling pipes from oil wells.
Oh wow.
So it's pretty cool. And I had a trailer made by Pitmaker to promote the business before I opened it. And instead of building a kitchen, I just incorporated the trailer into the restaurant. So it's enclosed right around the window. So you come to the window, order, and then we'll call your name and hand you your food.
Oh, right on.
So your kitchen is still the trailer then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a separate kitchen that everything else we prep in and all that stuff. And the smokers are in the back of the trailer. There's 2 vaults in the back of the trailer in the pit room. And I have also another vault in there. So just for overflow and cooking everything. So everything has to be timed perfectly to be able to cook everything just right. Brisket, obviously, you can hold for a long time. So we cook the briskets first and then everything else goes on.
Right on. Right on. So barbecue, Ara, you didn't start in barbecue, did you? Or did you always have
No. Every nationality and culture has some kind of a live fire cook. So I've always enjoyed cooking with live fire, but my background is fine dining. I grew up in Switzerland, a Michelin star restaurant. That's where I learned how to cook. And then I was Wolfgang's corporate executive chef when I was in California.
Oh wow.
After I
Man.
left him, I was in charge of all the restaurants in the US. After I left him, I had 3 restaurants in San Francisco and 1 in Soho, New York that I consulted on. Then I moved to Texas because I didn't want to miss my nephews growing up. So sold my restaurants and moved here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know that you wanted to go into barbecue, or did it just kind of?
No, actually, my first time I ever tried Texas barbecue, it was in LA in the Valley. It's on the way going to Magic Mountain. There's a place called Dr. Hoggly Woggly's Tyler's Texas style barbecue.
That's a good name.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, if I compare it to the barbecue now, all the new barbecue and the higher level of all the guys who do barbecue, it probably doesn't compare. But it was my first introduction. It was the only Texas barbecue in California. So it was great. So that was my first introduction. So when I moved to Texas and I had real Texas barbecue, it was different. So I love it. It's simple, it's clean, doesn't have all that smothered sauce and vinegar. When you come from fine dining background, it's all about clean flavors and simplicity. And simple things are very hard to do, and difficult stuff is actually not that difficult to do.
So you prefer the barbecue over the fine dining as far as?
No, I still
being
do
a
fine
craft?
dining quite a bit. No, it's just different. It's a lot more primal. So to cook with smoke and fire, like with regular fine dining, I can give you a recipe, show you the technique once, and you can come pretty close to it. With barbecue, it's all touch and feel.
Right.
I mean, it takes years to master smoke, and I'm fortunate because I know I've cooked a lot with live fire. I mean, I've baked with live fire. I made desserts in wood burning ovens, bread in charcoal fire. All that stuff I've done repeatedly and for long periods of time. But most people don't have that background and that luxury. I've had great teachers. So to cook with fire and smoke, it's so primal and it's so different. Temperature, humidity, every piece of brisket is different. So it takes a lot to master it. It takes touch and feel.
Years. Yeah.
Yeah. I still do a lot of fine dining stuff. Actually, every weekend, pretty much, I have a fine dining catering business that I'll do multi-course dinners paired with wine and all that stuff. I still do that.
So you find barbecue a little bit more challenging, or is it more challenging?
It is. It's long hours. Takes a lot to produce brisket, beef, and we do beef ribs every day at my restaurant.
Wow.
I think there's only very few people who do it. I know Wayne Mueller does it at Louis Mueller Barbecue every day. Ronnie Kellen used to do it every day. I don't know if he still does it or not. But it's a challenge to also, and also the difficulty with brisket is everybody and their mother does brisket at home, right? And everybody's an expert. Everybody does competition. Everybody thinks they make the best brisket. But for everybody to do it consistently and do 100 briskets a week or every 2 days and make every single one of them come out perfect and exactly the same, that's the difficult part.
Mm-hmm. Do you think your pit maker, kind of helps with that process as far as make the consistency?
It does because it's a very heavily insulated cabinet, and also I don't have to rotate the briskets in there.
Right.
So every time you open up an offset smoker, the temperature does this.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that wave. It goes down, and then you have to fight it to bring it back up to where you want it to be. So that fluctuation changes the texture of the meat and the smoke. So all that makes a big difference. If you look at it as a science, technically a brisket will no longer take on the flavor of smoke or develop a smoke ring once it reaches 145 degrees. After that, it will no longer take on flavor of smoke or develop a smoke ring.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the science behind it. And what develops a smoke ring is the nitrates in the salt plus the gases from your wood that you're burning. It has nothing to do with smoke.
Right.
That's how you make pastrami. Why does pastrami have that beautiful red color all the way through? It's because you're soaking it for 14 days in a salt solution. And that nitrates goes all the way through the entire meat, and that's what creates that beautiful pink color.
Right. Yeah. So, I know smoke rings don't, they don't mean it's a good brisket or not, right? I mean,
no, it does not.
But I've learned that on my cabinet smoker, I don't develop a smoke ring, but man, it's a damn good brisket,
Here's the trick to having a really good smoke ring on any cabinet. Put your salt on the meat first overnight, and then put your pepper on it before you put it in the smoker. And make sure your brisket is super cold.
So that it takes up all that smoke.
Yeah. The colder the meat when it goes in the smoker and the longer you can keep it under 140. Because cabinets are very efficient. It's not like an offset. An offset takes a long time to bring the brisket. It takes you 14 to 16 hours to cook, let's say, a 13-pound brisket on an offset. And a cabinet will take you 30% less time. So it doesn't have as much time below 140 to develop a smoke ring. So if you want that smoke ring, start at cold temp. And then slowly bring it up. Try that trick next time. You'll see a 1/4-inch smoke ring on your brisket.
I'll try that. I'll try that. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's the product that comes out of it, right? I mean, I know
what it tastes like. Yeah, in competition, yes, maybe,
right.
But flavor-wise, you can't beat it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Serge, no more tender quick.
Yeah.
Never used it.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that sodium nitrate. It's very dangerous. I mean, in small amounts, you have to know how much to use per pound. A tablespoon of curing pink salt, sodium nitrate, could kill an average human being. 1 tablespoon if you were to ingest it.
Wow.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's so. It's like 1% per weight for on sausage is you're probably putting anything there, grams. So
with the cabinets, I think you said something about it a couple minutes ago, but you're starting off on a low temperature as well, right?
Yeah,
like on offset.
Mm-hmm.
So cold smoke, basically, you're cold smoking that brisket, kind of.
Yeah, until it reaches. Yeah, the longer I can keep it below that 140, the better it is, the better smoke ring you get. So what I'll usually do is I'll light my smoker once. I use a combination of charcoal. I don't use regular post oak. I use retired French oak wine barrels. So when I buy them out of the wineries in California, so only the red wine barrels. So my barbecue is very clean in smoke, so it doesn't give you heartburn, and it's a little bit sweeter because of that red wine that seeps into the oak barrels.
Well,
So
speaking
that's
of that, I'm sorry to interrupt, Ara, but speaking of that, that's where I got the idea, and
yeah, there you go.
So you can see the soaked in on that red, on there, and man, I tell these guys whenever I started using it, that smell is amazing.
It's incredible. You walk by the
God.
smoker and it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and you know I can't find that kind of stuff here, so of course I had to order it and stuff, and man, that's a game changer for sure. I haven't used it on the brisket because I don't want to run out.
I know what you mean.
Because they're hard to find. You know, you can only catch them every once in a while. You know, somebody's selling them. But what I've been doing is actually getting the pieces. I cut them, and then I'm breaking them, making them into chips.
Yeah.
So then I'll cold smoke the sausage for a couple of hours with just this stuff here.
That's amazing.
And man, the smell of that, I keep it covered, but that smell is ridiculous.
Yeah, if you've ever walked into a winery when they open up a cask, that's what it smells like.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty and that's what I want to do on the trailer. Introduce something like that. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
I have quite a few staves that that I've collected, and I could probably do it. You don't need much of it, just a couple of little chunks.
No,
you know what I mean?
And it doesn't have to actually touch whatever else like charcoal that you're burning. As long as you keep it slightly away that it doesn't touch the embers, it'll just smolder and smoke. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, and maybe that's what I was doing wrong because I don't really taste it whenever I did smoke with it on the brisket, whether brisket ribs or whatever. Maybe that's why, because I was throwing it on the fire itself and
it burns
it up.
Because it's such a dense, dry wood.
Right.
It'll burn off too easily. Just keep it away from the charcoal.
Have you ever mixed like a post oak with that, or you're smoking straight staves?
Yeah, I just smoked straight staves. Once the meat reaches 140, you don't have to add. Then all you're doing is adding dirty smoke.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you can actually, the most consistent brisket you can make is once the meat reaches 145, you can pull it out and throw it in the oven and it'll come out better. Because it's a much more controlled environment.
Right.
I mean, that's not what we do here. I don't have any ovens here, but we keep them in the smoker. But then you can run post oak, but make sure you don't run too much of it because then you're small pieces at a time. Because then all you're doing is adding dirty smoke to it.
Right. Are you doing? Do you do pork ribs? Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And you're using the staves on there also. The wine barrels?
Everything we do in the restaurant is staves. Unless I'm doing a live fire grill, then I'll use post oak.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's where I got that idea from, man. And ever since then, I tell these guys like, you can't. Nobody is doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the world where you have to be different, we're getting a Rudy's over here, so I got to be better than Rudy's.
Yeah, you know what? There's nothing wrong with, even with my fine dining background, there's room for McDonald's, there's room for Whataburger, all that stuff. Not everybody can afford to eat at a really good steakhouse, right? So there's room for the Taco Bells. Do I eat at a Taco Bell? Absolutely not. I'd rather go to a street taco truck and get the best street tacos I can. I mean, those are the best ones anyway.
Right.
So it's just a matter of what your pocketbook can afford.
Yeah. Yeah. And in here, like I talked about earlier, the economy over here, it doesn't matter whether you go to Taco Bell or you go to the best street vendor here, you're going to pay the same. So everything's so inflated right now. So that's what I do. I mean, I I hardly eat fast food anymore. Either I'm cooking it myself because it's going to be better, and
Yeah.
that's basically it. So
It's a lot harder
what-
also as a chef. When you can cook everything out there, it's kind of hard to go to restaurants.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Go
what
ahead,
is,
Kyle.
go ahead.
So do you have like a best seller out of your restaurant, like something that everybody just
No, I mean, I make a very limited amount of beef ribs, so that sells out first, obviously, and everybody
Oh,
loves because not everybody does beef ribs every day.
right.
Brisket sells out. We sell out of everything that we make in house every day. But I run some of my specials are from my fine dining background. I do lamb chops every Friday. Every once in a while, when I get my hand on some really good octopus tentacles, I'll do a smoked octopus on Saturdays.
That's
So
wild.
I'll either sous vide it or simmer it in red wine with a cork and then chill it. Once it's cold and cool down, I'll smoke it for 30 minutes and I serve it with a pomegranate and balsamic reduction. And that sells out. I mean, as soon as I post it, the first 3 or 4 people who walk through the door, they'll buy it all.
Wow,
Um,
wow,
every Sunday, I've been doing a pork shank
awesome.
that actually Daniel Vaughn from Texas Monthly wrote about last year. Um, it's a smoked pork shank that is fall off the bone, and I serve it with a side of curry sauce, which I make the curry powder myself. So it's very aromatic. It's not a spicy, super spicy curry.
Man, that's awesome. That's
Man,
awesome.
that is wild. That is the first time
So
I've ever heard something like that.
yeah, I play around with those specials with that. I'll bring my
Hat.
chefiness into it. Yeah, and those always sell out. Can I do it every day? Yes, but it's not going to sell every day if I did it.
Right, right.
So
You make it a special. It's a special dish
yeah,
so that people can appreciate
makes
it
it
more, I
fun.
guess.
When
Right,
the
right.
weather is cold, I'll make Texas chili. Obviously, no beans. But I make it with my trimmings for my brisket. I'll smoke those slightly separately, and then I'll make the chili with that. Or I'll do pork belly chili. So the weather gets cold. I've even made beef bourguignon in the smoker. Smoked beef
Wow.
bourguignon, very French. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
out there, man.
Speaking
That's
about,
crazy.
you talking about your menu, that's a lot of the stuff that you made on season 2, right? In
Yeah,
case
a
y'all didn't
barbecue
know.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, or
That
was a
that was
barbecue roll.
right in my wheelhouse because it was very much like Iron Chef. So it was a lot of chefy stuff that nobody was comfortable with doing except Bobby Fillet and Michael Simon.
Mm-hmm.
So, like cooking octopus. So like when we drew the Japanese style barbecue that we had to do, I go, shit, I've opened up 2 sushi restaurants when I worked
Wow.
for Wolfgang. So that was easy for me. So making a Japanese style barbecue sauce, doing the octopus and all the other stuff that I did with it, it was fun. I had a good
How
time on
how
that show.
how was it working with Michael Simon on that?
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah, one of the most humble and nicest guys you'll ever meet. We became friends and we talk on a regular basis. So we exchange numbers and I talk to him all the time, at least a
Nice.
couple of times a month, and texting almost every week. So
That's awesome. That's
Wow,
awesome.
that is crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I would be intimidated though. It'd be something like, not your typical go-to, for everybody. And I think, man, I'd be over there trying to spatchcock octopus or something, you know? It'd be intimidating,
I think it was out of the wheelhouse of a lot of the guys who were there because not many of them were chefs. There were a lot of barbecue, a lot of very talented. Christopher from Prime Barbecue out of Raleigh, North Carolina. He was there. He's originally from Richmond, where my restaurant is. Uh, but there was a couple of guys. There was one guy on the team with Christopher who was a trained chef. He did okay, but he did too many dishes on one of the episodes and he got eliminated because of it. So it's very easy to do too much. Keeping it simple in competition is key, and over seasoning is key.
Right.
So because we gotta remember those judges are only gonna take 2 bites of any dish, if that. So it needs to be within that first bite. You need to. It's not a full meal that they're gonna eat.
Right. Right. And I guess that it makes sense that you say that because a lot on these, I watch a lot of those competition barbecue shows where there's,
Hmm.
all these chef shows and a lot of them, one of their comments is not enough seasoning. Well, I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense. So, whether you're doing it on, on one of these TV shows or,
So
just a regular cook off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all the same thing as far as what the judges want,
Yeah, because you gotta remember that's all they do is they're tasting one bite, maybe two bites, but it's usually just one bite and then move on to the next one. So they're judging you on that first bite. It's not like they eat a whole slice. So
Mhm.
if it doesn't have all that flavor in the one bite, you're done. You're not gonna make it.
Yeah. These guys
Very
have a
true.
big competition coming up this week over there at the Danny Dietz Memorial.
Nice.
That's in your area. I mean, not in your area. How far is Waller from Richmond?
I don't know.
It's on the other side of Cyprus.
Oh, it is probably about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, not too
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You made it all the way to the finale, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
How was that? I mean, did everybody kind of know that Erica was going to win it, or nobody knows
No,
anything?
actually, everybody thought I was gonna win it. So even Bobby. So
Oh, really?
when the crew were asking, they were asking, who do you think is gonna win? And I think Bobby was telling everybody that I was gonna win it. So I
Wow.
was I'm number one. I mean, I was honestly very happy Erica won it. She and I have become very good friends. We talk all the time. She comes to my restaurant all the time, so we hang out a lot. Um, she's a sweetheart. I'm glad she won it. She deserved it. She worked hard at it. And for me, it wasn't about going in there to win. I was having a good time, honestly. I was having so much fun cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Being on the team with Michael and watching Bobby. I had worked with Bobby decades ago when when I was Wolfgang's corporate chef. So we used to do a charity event on the Paramount Studios lot every year. We would bring the best chefs around the country. So he was one of the guys who was there. So he remembered me from that. It was fun
Awesome.
interacting with him. He's a sweetheart. He was very nice to me, and I know people think he's not a nice guy, but I think he's a sweetheart. So he's very nice. He's very reserved. He's a very much a introvert chef.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make him not a nice guy.
So did you know you wanted to go audition for the show, or how did that come about?
They asked me to be on the show,
Okay.
so I
Okay.
didn't have to audition for it. So I was very lucky. So I've been
Man, that's
fortunate.
awesome.
Yeah, I've been fortunate that way a lot. I've had a lot of great mentors and a lot of good people around me. So I try to treat everybody, good or bad, the same. So you learn from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
whether it's their mistakes or their successes. So and I've always had an open kitchen policy. So anybody who wants to learn, I mean, I get calls all the time. Hey, chef, can I come see how you do things? I have no secrets. I don't. You want to learn what I do? If you're willing to come in here at 3 a.m. with me, I'll teach you anything that I do. I have no secrets. I have no secret recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll teach you everything you're going to learn or you have time to learn. So if I can help somebody to be successful in their passion and what they want to do, I've done my job. So I've had people who have helped me and I mean, when I first started in barbecue and I started cooking, I modeled a lot of my stuff based on what Wayne Mueller does at Louis Mueller Barbecue. So um, he didn't have any reason to be nice to me. He didn't have any reason to be my friend. We're very good friends now, but he was very, very kind, very open with everything that he does, and he's so knowledgeable. Same with Ronnie Kellen. Same with the guys from Pitmaker. Those guys do a lot of competition cooking. So I learned a lot from them. Aaron Franklin, everyone, in the
Mhm.
barbecue community, it's different than with chefs.
Right,
So
right.
they were so welcoming of this fine dining chef coming into learning barbecue from them. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that if like chefs, fellow chefs, did that type of thing amongst each other, like compared to the
no,
barbecue world.
nope, no, not at all.
Wow.
It's a completely different world. Yeah. It's very competitive. We're nice to each other. With some of us, we have our cliques and we talk and are
Mhm.
friends, but it's completely different than the barbecue world. Yeah.
Do you think that like fine dining chefs kind of not so much look down on barbecue kind of stuff that you do or Ernest is doing
No,
compared to?
not at all. Because before I started doing barbecue, I knew barbecue is difficult. It's like one of the hardest foods that I've ever done is actually sushi. Very simple, right? Just the rice alone to make that properly and the right way in Japan takes 5 years of training just to make the
Wow,
rice,
wow.
right? So it's the same with brisket, to learn the flow of smoke and how to make every brisket to come the same. And consistency is key in the restaurant business, not just in competition.
Mhm.
When you're dealing with high volume, to do one brisket for competition and turn it in, you're spending hours just to do one, right? Can you replicate that, multiply 100?
Mhm.
Most of those
Mhm.
competitors can't. I don't care how good you
Mhm.
think you are. You can't make 100 briskets come out exactly the same unless you've done it at that volume. So it's a different story. That's why when people talk about, well, why so and so ended up in the top 50 or top 10 or top 100, it's consistency.
Mhm.
You know, that's key.
What do you think it takes to be on that list? I mean, I know consistent food, but you think there's a lot of politics that are involved in it as
Well,
well?
here's the thing also to let people know about Daniel. Daniel doesn't play favoritism, but most people don't realize this. He's got an incredible palate as a not just for barbecue, but as a food critic.
Hmm.
I take my hat off to him. He's several times he's tasted certain things that I've done, and he's picked up on it. And I know most chefs wouldn't be able to pick up on it.
Wow.
Like when I do my potato salad, I don't boil my potatoes. I bake it. I salt them and I bake them.
Mhm.
I use the Texas red potatoes, the smaller
Hmm.
ones,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't boil them because it gets soggy. And all that water then leaches into the mayonnaise, and it makes it. I do like a German style potato salad, but I don't boil him because of that, because he makes it too soggy. So I'll bake him, and he could tell by just tasting it. He goes, "You bake your
Yeah.
potatoes," and I go, "Yeah,"
Wow.
and he picked up on it immediately. I didn't even have to tell him, and that takes an incredible palate to be able to do that. So if you and people also don't realize that, yeah, everybody knows who Daniels is when he walks into your restaurant. If you're gonna try and cherry pick your brisket and cut it, go through 5 briskets and slice the right one for him,
Hmm.
don't think he's not gonna notice it. He will notice it. So all that stuff plays into it. If it's not the regular meal that you sell to everyone, and if he tastes it, it goes against, what he's trying to do is come visit your place to find a brisket, a pork rib, a sausage that's like everybody else's, and your sides. So to end up on the top 50, you have to have a good, consistent product.
Mhm.
You need to be very visible on social media. Okay. You don't have to do all the chefy stuff. Just have a really your personality has to show in the food that you're cooking.
Hmm.
It's like getting a Michelin star. It has to speak to you. So if your heritage is, let's say, you're doing Tex-Mex, you have to do some of that Tex-Mex, not just the Holy Trinity. So if you show your heritage and what, like Blood Brothers
What's up,
or
Aaron?
all the other, Ernest, right?
Mhm.
What's up,
That's
Aaron?
how, yeah. So that's what you got to do.
Oh, wow.
Consistency is key. Keep your head down and do a good job.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. But if you're trying to end up on the top 50, it's going to be hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
no. I just want to get out there and just put a good product out that that people enjoy. So
Yeah, that you're proud of. It's a good product.
right.
People are enjoying it. If 7 out of 10
Yes,
people
sir,
walk into
Aaron.
your
Yes, sir.
place and love your food, and those are the 7 out of 10 who support you, who eat at your place and establishment once or twice a week.
Mhm.
The rest
Mhm.
who eat there maybe once in a while, the person who goes gives a Wendy's or a McDonald's 4 or 5 stars and gives you 1 star, does it matter their opinion?
No,
Nah,
not really.
No. So do you
Good
really
point.
care to
No.
comment? I mean, if you look at my social media, I never respond to any negative reviews. None.
Mhm.
I don't care what they say about my. Doesn't mean I don't care. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It does, but you got to also know who is it that is reviewing your food. Look at
Mhm.
if you look at under their name, all the other places that they've reviewed, you'll see they've gone and gave like Dickies 5 star. Well, they're not my client,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
what's the point of me getting upset about somebody
Exactly.
like that, right?
Yes, sir. Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen, but we got Aaron in the comments today, and he made that list, right? So you ever got a question on how hard it is to make that list? Aaron can tell you. His shop is right down the road from my house, and I see that guy there at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I see that guy
Mhm.
there at 11 o'clock at night. Right? I don't even know if that guy sleeps. But
And he's competing every weekend.
and he's competing, and he
Yeah.
made the list.
I mean, look at me. I'm awake 21 hours a day. I'm very fortunate. I don't require much sleep. 18 of those 21 hours, I'm on my feet. I'm working. If I'm not in my restaurant, that means I'm doing a charity event, or I'm doing an event, or I'm doing a show, or a catering. Whether it's barbecue or fine dining, does not matter. So I'm constantly working, and I can run circles around any of my employees. And I'm 54.
And
So yeah, I have a 23-year-old, a 25-year-old that work for me, and neither one of them could keep up with me for 48 hours.
no signs of slowing down, huh?
No.
Man.
Well, talk about your team a little bit, Ara. I know a lot of people know, they see you, but you have a team, right?
I do have a team. I have a small team. I mean, I have a total of 4 employees in my restaurant. The guy who helps me out in the pit room when I'm not around, who I've been training for the last year and a half, Tristan, does a phenomenal job. Young kid. He used to do food at a coffee shop. One day he contacted me on social media. He goes, "Hey, chef, can I come and stage with you and learn what you do? I'm interested in doing barbecue." He came by, and I said, "You can stay as long as you want if you want to learn." And eventually he asked me if he could come and work for me. And I said, "Sure, I'll teach you." So I took him under my wing, and I've been
Awesome.
teaching him. So he can do a brisket. Everything that I do here, he can do. So on the days that I'm not here, when I'm doing events and stuff, he runs it. And pretty much every day he runs the smokers with me here. I'm always here with him, but I let him do it. Now he can do it all on his own. So I feel comfortable leaving him when I'm doing events. Like this weekend, I'm cooking for 150 of the best chefs in the world. They're going to be in Houston. So I'm doing Texas barbecue, elevated Texas barbecue for them. It's a French organization called Maîtres Cuisiniers de France, the Master Chefs of France. They do an annual conference somewhere in the world. So I'll be gone Saturday, Sunday. So he'll be running the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's a
That's
good
awesome.
kid. And then I have in the front of the house, he also works the front of the house. I have Clemente Clem, who runs the register and cuts meats. Tristan also does that certain hours of the day, and Hunter, who does all my prep work, which I taught him all my recipes. So he uses all my recipes to make my desserts, barbecue sauce, coleslaw dressing, marinating the pork ribs and the chicken and all of that.
Man, it sounds like you built a machine over there. Small machine,
Yeah,
but hey,
it's a small machine, but this is my 15th restaurant I built from ground up.
wow.
7 of them
Mm.
were for Wolfgang, but the rest were all for me or other concepts that I've done. So it's very efficient. I can run about 1,000 an hour, if not more, with just 2 employees in this restaurant.
Dang.
Damn.
It's
Oh
efficient.
man.
And you think that has a lot
I'm sorry you cut out. What?
Yeah. Surge.
Oh,
So we had a
I froze.
surge. Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, he's frozen up right now.
Yeah, he's stuck in
Uh,
gangster mode.
what was it? Yeah, did you hear the question or no?
No, I didn't hear the question. Did you hear
Me
the question?
either. Nah, man. He was right in the middle of it too.
I
I'm
can't.
sure he'll.
So tell me
Are we
about
back?
the. Oh, he's back. Go
Okay.
ahead.
You're back?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm back.
So what was your question?
I forgot what I was gonna say. What were you saying, Kyle?
Tell me about your menu. What are you putting out every day? On those.
So
pit
every
makers?
day we have obviously brisket, beef ribs, pork ribs. I have 2 different types of sausage. I do a regular sausage, which is 80-20, 80% beef, 20% pork. I have a chipotle sausage and half chickens. And I have 2 special items every day on the menu, which are my baked potatoes. We don't have sour cream, butter, or chives here, so it's whatever I have that I put on that. Like the Hungry Cowboy has brisket, pulled pork, sausage, and mac and cheese on it.
Damn, man.
Man.
So that's our loaded potato. And
Yeah.
then sides, I only have 4 sides on my menu. I have coleslaw, which is vinegar and olive oil base with local honey from Fort Bend County. We have a potato salad, which is German style, made with apple cider vinegar, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and raw onions. And then we have mac and cheese with burnt end brisket.
Oh, wow.
So that's it. That's my 4 sides. I don't make any other sides. In this market where I'm at, if I did anything more that, it won't sell, and I'll have food waste, labor
Mhm.
to create it, and a lot of food cost in waste.
Mhm.
So we don't sell turkey here because we don't get that many requests for it. The only time I do turkey is during Christmas and Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we sell out a month before we even get to Thanksgiving. So first week I posted, it's all sold out.
Man.
Because I do the airline turkey breast that is boneless. So it's a boneless breast with the skin on it, and it's got the wing on it, just the drummet of the wing. And I brine it for 24 hours, and then I smoke it, serve it, and then with all the drippings, I'll make a gravy for it, and that's all we sell. So whatever I can smoke in that one day, it's all sold out.
Well,
And then that's it. And I have my desserts on the menu, which is my chocolate bread pudding, which is made with butter croissants. It has some Armenian coffee in it, which I'm drinking right now. And we do butterscotch chocolate chip cookie. But it's like a perfect dome. It's very heavenly. And pecan pie that has about 35 to 40% less sugar than a normal pecan pie. You can actually taste the pecans on there. So
Yeah. Mhm.
so Peter asked, "Are you open this Sunday?"
yes, we're open Wednesday through Sunday. Saturday, Sundays 11 to 6, Wednesday through Friday 11 to 8.
Okay.
Depending on what time you come in, we might be sold out of certain items, but First thing to go on Sunday will be the beef rib, possibly pork shank, and then brisket, and then everything else will start selling out by the end of the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
Peter says menus, food costs are the kryptonite for many restaurant failures.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
wow.
that and labor. I mean, your number one most expensive line item on a restaurant is labor. Second most expensive is food cost.
Man. Oh man. So you more or less
I mean,
judge that? Like as
huh?
far as like you kind of judge that like on the hour as far as like your labor costs,
Yeah,
like how busy
yeah,
you are and
yeah, yeah. And also how you create your concepts makes a difference on how many employees you need in there. So if you go too crazy, you're not an operator and you've never opened up a restaurant from ground up,
Mhm.
it's hard to judge that unless if you've never done it before.
Right.
So you have to create that concept with all that stuff in mind. During the slow time, all you should have only one person in there, right? And
Mhm.
during your peak hours, as many as you need, depending on your menu and
Right.
how complicated you get with it.
Right.
That's where my experience and my expertise comes in place.
Mhm.
So when I create a concept, I look at the flow, how many employees I need, where everything is situated. That
Mhm.
I mean, I have my entire kitchen that we operate everything out of pass through the pass through window from the pit room. You can just one person can run that. I can actually run that kitchen by myself, take orders and cut meats, and I can do same thing as my two employees do
Mhm.
because I'm used to volume. I'm used to
Mhm.
working on the line in an actual restaurant, and that's busy. That's hustle and bustling when you have 20 tickets and the printer keeps going.
Yep.
You learn that only when you've been on that situation. So if you've never
Mhm.
done that, most people will get in the weeds and they start freaking out, and
Mhm.
then they'll crash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unless you've been through that years and years, it's hard to do that. I can because that's what I do. That's what
Right.
I've done. But it's hard if you've never done it.
Mhm.
I mean, you look at all these trailers that you go to, food trucks, and they have a hour wait line. That's ridiculous. For me to wait for an hour just to get, and then wait another 45 minutes to complete my order,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing something wrong. It's not that your food is good. I don't care how good it is. People will only do it once,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
So that's not, no one's going to do that. No one has that kind of a time.
Right.
So that means it's the operator's fault. They made their menu too complicated. There are too many steps, too many hands touching it. You're not a fine
Mhm.
dining restaurant. You're a food truck.
Mhm.
No ticket should take more than 3 minutes from the time you take the order to the time the dish is complete and you call the name. You got 3 minutes. If it takes longer than that, that menu item does not belong on your menu. It's going to cost you money. Eventually, it's going to
Yep.
cost you your business. So I did that with here. So doesn't matter how many people I have in line. Nothing on our menu takes more than 3 minutes to assemble.
Well, yeah,
I think about
that's one of the biggest things that I was talking to my wife about. We don't come from a restaurant, industry. We
Mhm.
don't, I'm out of the oil field. I just something that I love to do, and I wanted to do it, and here I am. But my process, I do know that I don't like waiting in line personally, and I don't want to have other people waiting in line. So we've kind of come up with kind of a strategy to minimize that, and basically what it is the customer comes up. We're gonna have little pamphlets with kind of like a checkbox mark that
Mhm.
has everything on the menu. So all they gotta do is bring it to my wife. Ticket comes up, boom, 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 and nobody's waiting in line. You know what I mean? That's kind of
The, that could cause other kinds of problems. So
okay.
your best way to do it, let's say you have 50 people, 20 people
Mhm.
waiting in line, right? You're cutting meat and you're doing the sides and wide. Your wife is on the register, right? As your
Right.
wife is taking the order, your cutting station should be right behind her.
Correct. That's where it's at.
Okay. Now you don't wait until that ticket prints.
I see what
You're
saying.
listening. Once
Mm-hmm.
she starts repeating back to the order to the customer, you start getting your sides ready and you start cutting the meat. So by the time she's done with her transaction, that order should be ready.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fastest way you can operate and the most efficient. You'll get to a point that you'll get fast enough that by the time she gives them their change, their order is ready. You're going to be faster than she is.
Wow. That's awesome. I never even thought about that, honestly. Never thought
Yeah.
about it.
Oh man.
And you don't make her stop. You, even if she's outpacing you, let her keep taking orders. You just put the tickets up.
Mhm.
You always want to do your sides first because those are not going to get cold. Meat you cut last because that's the one that's the most time sensitive when it comes to
Right.
temperature.
Right.
So
right.
you cut those last. So that's why you want to set up your station right next to the cash register.
Makes
Mhm.
sense. Makes sense. I guess that's why a lot of these places have, like, say the burnt bean. That's the way his setup is. Well, no, because he has the cash register
Yeah,
on
he
the
cuts
end.
the meats, and then the last person you touch is the
Yeah.
cashier. And that I created a concept like that for Wolfgang. It was a Wolfgang Puck Expresses, and you went down the line, and it was the pizza station first, and the next station, the next station, next station. But if you want to do volume and you want to be fast, you put the meat cutting station with the sides right there by the register.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's really busy, you have, let's say you get to a point that you have 100 people in line, then you have another cashier and another cutter. The other cashier goes down the line with a handheld and takes everybody's order.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
By the time they get to the window, it's confirmed that that's what, if they change their mind, they can modify it to a certain degree, and then their order is ready.
Wow.
See, yeah, I can relate to that, but not in like so much like a high end restaurant type thing. But I've worked fast food for years and stuff, like
Mhm.
Burger King, Taco Bell, all that, Brahms, all that kind of stuff. But you got me right there. It makes a lot of sense because like you're listening, say for instance, if you take too long taking the person's order on the drive through, right? Everything's
Mhm.
timed, everything's going
Yeah.
right, everything's at a rate. And while you're listening, like you said, you're assembling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because by the time that person reaches that window, that meal should be ready to go
Yeah.
out that door, out that window. So it's like the moment you hear that order being taken, you're assembling, you're just going. It's just, you're like a machine. So it's crazy, man.
That's the key for speed is how many
Yes,
turns you
sir.
can do on that
Mm-hmm.
register. So the
Mm-hmm.
faster you are on, that's the
More
most
efficient.
efficient way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, and that's why when you think from the beginning before you actually open up your doors, how you want to set it up, and that's the key.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where my experience comes in play and then the simpler you keep it, the less movement. So if I
Right.
don't have to go 3 feet instead of going 10 feet, that's seconds. And those seconds slows you down to the next
Mm-hmm.
one. And you add it, multiply it 8 hours, 10 hours a day. That's a lot of time wasted.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So,
So do you think in running a business like that, the a lot of it has to do with with wait times and stuff like that that give the patrons a better experience. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So not so much the food, but hey, I didn't have to wait 45 minutes.
as far as the guest experience goes, if you want to be a successful business, I'm not talking about being the best out there. Okay.
Right.
At the end of the day, I do a comparison when I talk to people about restaurants, right? The number one restaurant in the world for almost a decade used to be a restaurant called El Bulli in Spain, right? 3 Michelin stars and the most innovative
Wow.
restaurant in the world, right? Only open 6 months out of the year, almost a 2,000 person waiting list at all
Jeez.
times. It would
Man.
take you a year and a half, 2 years just to get in there to eat, right?
Oh shit.
Not a cheap place either, right? With all those accolades, with as much, and they weren't cheap. So they were charging a hefty price. That restaurant not only never made money, it was losing money to the tune of about $250,000 a year
Wow.
Oh,
for an entire 10 years. Is that a successful business? Number one rated restaurant in the world. Who cares? Never made any money, and it was losing money every year.
What do you think contributed
So,
to that?
well, you put a mad scientist behind the wheel, that's what happens. Phenomenal. I ate there 3 times. So I'm fortunate, again, having worked for Wolfgang and I had a name. So I always got in there on short notice. So, but when incredible, very avant-garde menu. But when you have a chef who says, well, I want to serve this drink in a cup, but I want the handle of the cup to come at a 35-degree angle, not like this. Well, nobody makes a cup like that. I don't care. Have somebody make it.
Shit.
That's just a small example.
That's specific.
So that's specific. And also when your ego gets in the way.
Right.
When you're doing a barbecue restaurant, right? And if you don't know how to cost your brisket and all your menu items, you ask any barbecue restaurant right now, what kind of food costs they run on their barbecue sauce? 99 out of 100 will not be able to tell you.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, I run an inventory on my restaurant. I'm the one who orders the meat. I'm the one who trims the meat. I'm the one who smokes the meat. I only have 4 employees, right? I still run a P&L every Monday morning in my restaurant. I do full inventory down to the salt and pepper that I have in my restaurant.
Right.
I count everything. Because if I don't know what my previous week was, how am I going to adjust to the week coming up?
Absolutely. Your forecast. Yeah.
I don't know how to adjust it, and I have forecasted how to adjust.
Right.
If you don't know your numbers on a week, if you do it at the end of the month, damage is already done.
Right.
That's right.
You can't recover from that. So, and when you're a small business, every penny counts.
For sure.
And if you don't put money aside every month for repairs and maintenance, I do, because I know better. So if you don't put money aside every month and every quarter and every year for repairs and maintenance, you just built a brand new restaurant or you built a brand new food truck. Eventually your equipment will go down, right? And if you haven't saved that money, it's going to come out of your operating capital, your AC, your trailer, your axle, your tires, whatever it may be, or a restaurant, your refrigerator goes down. For me, it never comes out of my operating capital because every month regularly I put 3% aside for repairs and maintenance. Whether I have it or not does not matter.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah.
And I don't touch that money. That just stays there until I do have a repairs and maintenance.
Right.
Wow. Getting schooled over here.
That's a
doing food is a very small part of the restaurant business.
Correct.
Or doing
even
anything
with a trailer.
Even with a trailer. The food part is the easy part. Which most people think is the difficult. It's actually the least important part of your business.
Right.
It's everything else that makes you succeed or fail. You could have the best brisket and the best meat, and be in the top 10, top 3, you could be number 1. If you're running a bad show and bad business, you're gonna go under real quick.
Yeah, or bad customer service, or for that matter.
No amount of good sales is gonna hide bad operations. And when you're not making a profit, that money's got to come out of somewhere. It's not going to magically appear. I don't care if you have 10 customers or 1,000 customers. So it's hard, and the business has a burnout rate. When you're out there 16 hours a day smoking meat, running a business, dealing with these Yelp elite reviewers, food was great, everything was excellent. But they have plastic forks and knives. 1 star.
Yeah.
You can't argue with a person that kind of a mentality.
Right.
I've actually had somebody not give us they raved about the food, but their complaint was that we use disposal, and I use heavy duty, really nice heavy duty, expensive disposable
Cutlery.
cutlery.
Yeah.
That was the thing that they picked on and they griped about.
Oh man. Oh man.
I think
But
it's
at that point, you just kind of just let them go, right? I mean, as far as
I mean, honestly, that's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with you.
right.
Yeah, that's your perspective. I'm glad you enjoyed the food, and I'm sorry you didn't like our utensils. Bring your own.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
pretty
you're
much,
that
yeah.
picky about something like that in a fast casual restaurant, in a barbecue restaurant, I had a person walk in my restaurant. I kid you not, I was on the register. Asked for, do we have any tofu? You walk in a barbecue restaurant that does traditional Texas barbecue, and you ask for tofu.
Oh man.
Wow.
I know how to make it.
Mhm.
I know how to make it from scratch myself. And I can smoke it, and I can make an amazing dish out of it. But it's not something you normally see in a barbecue restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And if you're a vegan, you walk into a barbecue restaurant, coleslaw is the only thing you're going to be able to eat.
Mhm.
And maybe
Yeah.
our Texas toast. That's it.
Yeah.
And our pickles and onions. That's it. Yeah. I can make a sandwich out of that if you want. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Some of the things you see, and I've seen and heard it all. It's just, I've been in this industry for too long, and you have to let it. You can't get upset about it. You can't.
Mhm.
You're going to drive yourself crazy, and
Yeah.
people wonder why chefs are such. Can I cuss on this show?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
People wonder why, chefs, not just pitmasters, why chefs are such pricks and assholes. Because
Mhm.
we deal with idiots every day. And some of the stuff that we see is just like, it just baffles your mind. For me, it's become comical because I don't let it bother me. I have a very even keel temper. But some of the stuff is just like incredible. I go, really? Did you just say that? Did you really do that? It's like, wow.
Yeah, I guess that's why you like to keep your team small, huh? You don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah. Even with a small team, it's just like, even though they do the same thing over and over again, once in a while you can't. Perfect example. I had an exercise one time, not with this team, another team that I had. I took a hotel pan, a half hotel pan, stainless steel, put it right next to a refrigerator on the ground. It sat there for 3 weeks. Nobody
Wow.
touched it. They picked it up, mopped underneath it, swept it, and left it on the ground again. Every day. It doesn't belong there. It has there's nothing in it. Okay? You would think the average person would ask, Chef, there's a hotel pan on the ground. Does that belong there? Or did you want that on the floor?
Right.
If there's any doubt or any question, right? Does it belong in there? Nope. It was just, and I pulled all my employees and I said, I put this thing 3 weeks ago on the floor. Not a single one of you picked it up. You picked it up, cleaned under it because it's clean underneath it, and put it back exactly where it does. What is it doing on the floor? Well, I don't know. I thought you put it there for a reason. Why would I want a pan on the floor doing nothing? That's what you get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Betty. Yeah,
Wow.
man. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Man, so you're loving barbecue right now. You think you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing, or you think?
I love it. It's fun. Yeah, I enjoy cooking. I love doing barbecue. I love doing fine dining, all of it. But barbecue, I love to do because it's so primal. It's so great, and it's simple. A lot of it is smoke, salt, pepper for brisket and beef, but it's so much more than that. It takes such finesse. It takes a touch, and not everybody can do it.
Right.
To do it right. So, and I think as long as you cook with love, and I know only one way to cook, and that's with pure love. So, as long as I'm cooking with love, I'll keep doing what I do. Once I stop cooking with love, and I'll start doing it with ego and just because I have to, that's when I'll quit.
Right on.
That's right.
So going back to that, what's your favorite thing to cook now? Like, what do you like just love doing? Whether it's barbecue, fine dining, or making a sandwich for your boy, or whatever. Like,
I love cooking for people who enjoy good food. That's what I like to do. I like to do things that most people don't think that you can do in a smoker or in a live fire. But I don't have a favorite. I get asked that a lot. Oh, what's your favorite thing to cook, or what do you like to eat? There's
Right.
not one specific thing, like on my menu. Yeah, I don't really have a single favorite thing that I can say it's my favorite. I love our
Mhm.
beef ribs. I love our lamb chops. I love the octopus that I do. I love my cookies, our bread pudding. Everything I would do is with love. So I don't.
mhm.
That'd be like asking if you have multiple kids, who's your favorite kid? You love all your kids.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you may have your
That's
low,
true.
the one you click with the most.
But
If you have a boy and a girl, your girl probably always be your favorite. That is no girl. But I have a 2-year-old son. He is well fed. I've never met a 3-year-old who eats like that because he has a dad who's a chef. He eats fresh
right.
baked sourdough bread every other day, which I bake at home.
Mhm.
He loves good barbecue. He won't eat any kind of barbecue. He loves good barbecue.
Right.
So but he's very adventurous eater. He'll eat mushrooms. He'll eat fermented vegetables. He loves Asian food, like ramen or pho, or he's got a good palate. He's gonna
Yeah,
be spoiled.
that's the way that's how I judge my food is through my daughter. She's
Yeah.
she's special needs, nonverbal, but she knows what she likes, and I've
Mhm.
taken her to barbecue joints where she won't eat the proteins, and she loves the proteins, right? But she
Yeah.
won't touch them. And
Kids are very honest.
yeah, for sure. And then
Yeah.
she doesn't have that mentality to to lie about something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's nonverbal, special needs, and man, she's some stuff she won't eat. But whenever
She
I
knows what
take her
she
something of
likes.
mine,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and she eats a ton of it. You know what I'm saying? Like something's got to be there. You know what I mean? And she's a
Yeah.
vegetable eater. It doesn't matter what you put in front of her. Like you said, you could put sushi in front of her. She doesn't care. She'll get it and she'll put it in her mouth. Whether she'll let you know whether it's good or not.
Man,
Yeah.
not my oldest boy who eat a Alsa's burrito off the dash that's been there for 2 days. He don't really, he don't really, he don't really need. Yeah, it don't
He goes,
matter.
Dad, it's hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how I judge mine. I mean, to know that sometimes where she won't eat, and sometimes, man, she just won't stop eating. Then it's good food at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good barometer. Kids definitely are not shy about what they like or dislike. So they'll always be very honest because they don't know any different. So for them is I like it or I don't like it. So if I like it, I like it. And you give them the same dish that is cooked 2 different ways, they're gonna like one and not the other.
Right.
So it's just they know good food because to them it's all about taste. And honestly, that taste is all about the love that is put into it. So no one is ever going to be able to cook as good as your grandmother.
Right.
No one, no chef in the world is going to be able to cook because grandmothers only know how to cook one way, pure love.
Right.
So
there's no way of replicating that.
You can't replicate that unless you have a chef who's very passionate and very, if you cook with ego, it shows. It shows in visually and it shows in taste because it's not a well balanced meal. There's
Right.
always too many notes. To me, food is like barbecue is like very much like music, right? So it has to be a perfect melody and a perfect harmony. If you don't have that, it's just a bunch of random notes because they're great notes. Doesn't belong in that song or that
Mhm.
Right.
piece of music that you're putting together. If it
Mhm.
doesn't have that harmony and balance, it's not going to sound good. It's the same with food.
Absolutely.
So for me, food is all about love. If you cook with love, everything else will fall in place.
Nice.
Yeah. But if you
Yeah.
cook with ego and you're doing it because you want to be famous, or you're doing it because you want to be on a certain list or on some magazine, you're going to have a hard life. You're going to have a hard
Right.
road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. These guys kind of know the stuff that I do. I take a lot of pictures and do stuff, but everything that I do with love as far as the cooking goes. But that's why I do what I do. And that's why I'll stay up and cook all day long, do a 12-hour cook just to take one picture. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That only
that's
three people are
love.
gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That shows your love for what you do. When I was experimenting with briskets, I cooked 3 briskets, 3 different, trimmed them exactly the same size, as close as I could get them to be identical, and cooked it 3 different ways. And I do that. Then the next day I would pick the best one of those and then compare it to another 3 the following day. Then another 3 the following day until I came up with the way I do briskets the way I like to do them. So to me, that's research and experimenting the right way, because I didn't have the background of coming from somebody taught me how to do barbecue, or I learned how to do competition barbecue and this person does it this way. I didn't have that prejudice, or that. I experimented.
Yeah.
What's the best way to come up with a brisket, right? And
Yeah.
that also works in a commercial setting. To do brisket for a competition, or that's not feasible or efficient to produce in a barbecue restaurant. People say, oh, you can wrap it at this point, or the stall, or sous vide, or you can't do that on a large scale in a restaurant.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be consistent, and can you reproduce it efficiently
Mhm.
and consistently?
Yeah.
So the way I've been doing briskets from day that I opened up to the now, it tastes exactly the same.
And that's what I did. Like you said, the cooking part's the easy part, but man, I've been trying to perfect the way I do briskets for a while. These guys can vouch for me whenever, I have 2 vegetarians in my family, my little boy who's 6, who hardly eats anything, and then my special needs daughter. But man, I would sit there and I would cook, all this food, and Kyle would tell me, he's like, we gonna have a party or something?
It's like,
No, it's trying to perfect the product so that whenever I come to this point in my life where I'm going to go serve to the public, I know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Step for step, time for time, and just have a product out. So it's good to hear that, coming from you. And, I've been practicing that for, about a year now. So
Then that means you'll do well. That's it's at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
right.
As long as you're not experimenting with your customers and you have your stuff together before you open up your doors,
Right.
that's half the battle.
Well, one thing that we do, Ara, on this show, we have a segment where we call it our dream team. You know what I mean? So a lot of the guys, all of our viewers are competition guys, but we've had restaurant people come on and we talk about, just who are 4 of your most influential people, whether in your case it's going to be any, fine dining, barbecue, whatever. Who would be your 4 most influential people?
Uh, well, I'm an old man, so when it comes to barbecue, right? So I think the most influential people in barbecue would be uh, Louis Mueller, you know, Wayne's dad and his grandfather.
Right.
They're it's the cathedral of barbecue. So and Wayne is such a perfectionist and such a nice guy, and I think he's got a very consistent barbecue. It'll be Louis Mueller barbecue, Aaron Franklin, which brought Texas barbecue to where it is. Without him, Texas barbecue wouldn't be where it is today. So he's the one who put it on the map, and he's the one who does a phenomenal job. Aaron is a great guy. I also like a lot of our newer guys, like the guys from Blood Brothers Barbecue, who do their heart and soul and their heritage
Yep.
into the barbecue. It's not regular Texas barbecue. It's very much them, and because of that, their barbecue, I think, is very good. Is it regular barbecue that you get everywhere else? No, but it doesn't make it any less or any more. But they do a phenomenal job. Uh, it represents them, so they're another one. Um, there's so many friends who do a great job. The guys from Tejas do a phenomenal job. Ernest from Burnt Bean, very talented, amazing, very consistent product. Um, I think those would be my top barbecue guys. As far as chefs go, I've been very fortunate. I've worked either with most of them, or I've eaten at their restaurants. I've eaten at the best restaurants in the world. Um, I like food that has romance. A lot of restaurants and fine dining restaurants, newer ones, have lost the food is not romantic. The ambiance is not romantic. If it takes 20 people to complete a dish, to me, that's not feasible. It's not a dish that's going to have a lot of love in it. I like Paul Bocuse's restaurant, which is in Lyon, France. It's had 3 Michelin stars for over 50 years.
Wow.
That in
Dang.
itself
It's crazy.
is a feat,
Unheard of.
right? So if you compare it to Star Wars, if young Luke Skywalker is a new learning to be a Jedi, if you have 3 stars, you're Yoda. And
Yeah.
if you have
Wow.
3 stars for 50 years, you're not Yoda, you're the Force.
Jeez.
So that's not, and you've never lost
Phenomenal.
one. That's amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing. It takes a lot to do a mission one star. To get 3 stars and maintain it for over 50 years
Woo.
is incredible.
Right.
Incredible. So that's a
What
phenomenal restaurant.
what do we have in Texas? We have 2 barbecue restaurants that have a Michelin star right now.
We have Corkscrew, which that's another one that Will and his wife do a phenomenal job. Here's the thing that most people don't realize about Michelin. Michelin, you got to remember, they have no prejudice. They're independent food critics that go in. They're anonymous. Nobody knows who they are, right?
Wow.
And when they go into a place, they'll go 3 to 5 times. It has to be exactly the same and perfect every time. So if one of those times you're off, you're not going to get a star.
Man.
So consistency is key. Is it
Mm.
the best for barbecue? That's why they have a star. No, but it's the most consistent barbecue. Overall, in general, it's the most consistent. So if you go, let's say, to Franklin's barbecue and you have the brisket, is Corkscrew brisket better than Franklin's, or Franklin's better than Corkscrew? No, it's whoever is the most consistent. They're both very good. They're both excellent, but it's the one who consistently serves during those visits the same exact thing that's excellent. That's the one that gets the star.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Only thing like similar we had was like a secret shopper, you know, and you never know when they were coming and they pop up and
Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, you
Basically,
get
what
the
it is.
secret
they
shoppers, and
can't gauge everything, yeah.
yeah. So, and they know what everything is supposed to be like. So, and these
Right.
are
Exactly.
restaurateurs themselves. They're former chefs. So, to get a star, yeah, it's difficult. It's a lot harder to maintain one. You can lose one in a heartbeat.
So these people that
And
are going in there doing that, they're not your average Tom, Dick, and Harry. They
no,
are
no,
trained
these are all either,
professionals.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Not only they're trained professionals, they're also probably former restaurant owners or restaurateurs or, yeah, or chefs who've been doing that in the past. So they know what to look for.
Well, even to get one in your doors, you got to be doing something right,
Yeah,
right?
we weren't. So the cities that paid for Michelin to come to, so I think at my restaurant is 5 miles outside of that radius.
Okay.
So it yeah,
Just fair.
yeah, it's just the people who didn't make it on the list. There's a lot of people out there who probably could have made the list, whether it was for the Bib Gourmand, which was the mention, or get a star. Were not within the radius of those cities that they were visiting, inspecting.
Wow.
So
Man, that's
it's
awesome.
tough to get a star, but once you get one, it's incredible for your business.
Right.
I
Yeah,
bet.
I've been hearing a lot about Michelin stars, but I never knew what it took to do it, or actually even what it was. You know, it was a prestige award, and
Yeah,
not everybody gets one. But you know, you kind of clearing the air on that. You know,
Right.
yeah. In my day, it used to be a lot harder. You know, remember I'm a old man, so at 54 years old, I've been cooking professionally since I was 12 years old in an actual commercial kitchen. So in the older days, 20, 30 years ago, for you to get a star, you had to be open for 5 years minimum, and the chef had to work on the line.
Oh wow.
So if you
Really?
weren't in your restaurant every day and working on the line, you did not get a star.
Wow.
They
what's changed
obviously
since then?
now you don't have to be in the restaurant. You don't have to be open 5 years because it's not feasible with chefs having multiple restaurants and all of that.
Well, okay, makes
Uh,
sense.
I think the highest Michelin starred chef, the chef doesn't get the star, the restaurant does. But the chef with the most Michelin restaurants, I think, was Paul Robuchon. He had 32, I think, between his restaurants.
Wow,
So, yeah.
wow, man.
Peter Amandaras, he said Michelin needs to put the tires to use
Yeah.
and get on the road.
Yep.
Wow.
Man.
Well, Chef Ara,
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having
man,
me on the show.
No, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Been a good
It's truly a pleasure and honor. This was a lot of fun. If you have any
man.
questions when you want to do your trailer, let me know. Hit me up.
Okay,
You got my number.
definitely will.
I'll guide you wherever I can, give you any of my words of wisdom, and then the rest is up to you.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you accepting us and my invitation and coming on and giving
Thank you for taking
letting
the
us pick your
time.
brain
Yes,
and
sir.
Yeah, my
taking
pleasure.
time
If you
away.
guys ever in my neighborhood, call me. Let me know if to make sure that I'm here. Give you guys a tour. We'll hang out.
Awesome.
Definitely,
Make you guys an Armenian coffee in the pit room.
man. That'll be
Nice.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Ara, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks.
No,
This was a
thank
lot of
you.
fun.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
you. Man.
Wow, dude,
Thanks,
There
Peter.
you go.
that was like fucking mind blowing.
Bro, it's way different. It took everything in my mind to a different direction, It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, and I knew it too, man. I knew it, but like I said, Chef, he's since the first time that I messaged him, man. I was like, he's not gonna respond, right? I've looked up to him for a long time. We're talking earlier before y'all came on. I learned of Chef Ara back in 21 during season 2 of Barbecue Brawl, right? That's kind of where I started following him. and I followed everything that he's done since then. And I was like, man, he ain't gonna respond, dude. I'm telling you, within 2 or 3 minutes, man, he said yes, let's do it. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. And ever since then, contacted him, send him reminders, and he's like, yeah, he's excited about it. And man, that was awesome, dude, to be able to pick his brain like that. And
nah, bro, he comes off kind of like an open book, and it gives you more insight to something like on another level, you never thought about. It's really cool, man. Be able to hear that firsthand. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Kyle's kind of quiet. What do you think? What did you think, Kyle?
You still stuck on my spatchcocking a damn octopus, bro?
No, man, no. Sometimes, bro, sometimes you just got to sit back and listen, right?
Right. It's true.
I had somebody tell me that the other day, like, hey, man, how come you don't talk? Sometimes how come you don't talk? Well, sometimes I just got to sit back and listen and take it all in. You know what I mean? Like, that guy just gave you a bunch of fucking knowledge, a bunch of stuff I didn't think about. You didn't think about, right? And just
not at all, right?
Yeah. To have as many restaurants that he's opened, you know what I mean?
That's just crazy, bro.
To think about it, and then he ends up at a barbecue joint and doing his own thing and having a small staff and be able to run the kind of numbers he's running, man, that's awesome, dude. It's fucking awesome. But I will definitely be in contact with him again. So cool. What do we have next week?
I don't know. It's all you guys next week. I'm out next week.
Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that, Anthony.
What?
We're gonna have your team on next week. You heard it first.
Oh shit! We got to hear it first. All right.
So make it happen, dude. Make it happen.
Man, yeah, I have Rico and George on. So yeah.
Yes, yeah, because y'all have y'all's competition coming up again, huh?
Cyprus. Yeah, I got it coming on, man. Yeah, we're excited, bro.
When is that coming up?
I think it's the October, that weekend of the 11th, the 12th, 13th, all that, We're leaving. I get it confused because we're actually leaving like on Wednesday or Thursday all the way up to Cyprus. And then, cause I'm the one I'm the poor son of a bitch driving everything, all my smokers and stuff. They're going to fly out there and shit. But yeah. But yeah.
Tell me you're not going, Peter. Hopefully Peter's not going.
Nah, what's canceled, bro?
He got canceled.
I see his famous hat out there, bro. Be like, nah. Come on, Sam. Let's pack our shit. Let's go watch the Canelo fight. Fuck this shit.
Oh man, Anthony just told Peter it's canceled.
Man, man. I think I got a little bit of a strategy. Me and Sam. Sam's gonna go ahead and take care of the pork and the chicken, and I'm gonna focus more on the ribs and the brisket. So
nice.
We'll see how it goes, man. We'll have a good time. The lady's gonna get together and work on the margarita and stuff. So as long as I have a good time, man, that's all that matters. So hopefully we get there Thursday afternoon, kick back off Friday and Saturday, and come back home on Sunday. So that's the plan, anyways.
Yeah. Y'all got y'all's proteins ready to go,
bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Right now, my brisket is sitting in the refrigerator, and like my 6, racks of ribs that I'm trying to pick and choose from are sitting in there too. I'll do all that shit tomorrow. So we'll get it though, man. We'll get there.
Well, good luck. Safe travels for
Thanks,
everybody
brother.
going to Waller.
Yes, sir.
But everybody going out there, go have a good time. Go kick ass, man.
Yeah, I'll have a good time.
I'll be over here grinding it, man. I'm almost there. We didn't talk about it earlier, dude, but I'm done. Everything's done. So I finally got my internet today. Plugged it in, dude. POS turned on. Everything connected to the network. So everything's done, dude. Everything's done.
I know. I know. Kyle touched on it though. Go ahead, Kyle.
What's that date?
Oh, I didn't. Did I talk about it on here?
No. Not us, bro.
So September 20th, man. I'm having my grand opening. We were gonna do a soft opening, but I asked ChatGPT what's the difference between soft opening and grand opening. Soft opening is usually you give shit for free. I can't afford to give shit for free. so we're having a grand opening, man. We're having a grand opening, and what's funny about that is where I'm having it. Shout out to Esau Ramirez, man. I've known him for years. I've known him probably since I moved to Midland, Odessa, and I met my wife, Maylee.
Oh wow!
With her brother and Esau. And Esau's brother were friends, and they've always known each other. So I've known them forever, man. And he's been my barber forever. Best haircut in Midland. So Kyle, if you ever need a fucking haircut, dude, go to Esau, set up an appointment. Anybody here?
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro. I got that fucking newborn baby cradle cap shit going on. I'm not gonna know it.
But we always talk about it. Every time I go get a haircut, take Ken, go get a haircut. He'll say, "Hey man, how's the trailer coming? How's the barbecue coming, or whatever?" And I tell him, and pretty much the same thing that everybody y'all been telling me, and my brother's been telling me, man, just fucking do it. Let's just get it done, right? And I told him, I was like, man, the trailer's pretty much done, and I need to just kind of figure out how am I going to launch it. And he told me, he said, man, my parking lot's right there, so it's there for whenever you want to use it, whenever you want to do it. If you want to do it here. He said, let's do it. If you don't want to do it here, that's fine too, but it's available. Start thinking about it. And I said, you know what? That's one of those things that I told y'all before that with the business and the barbecue thing, everything keeps lining up and lining out, falling in place. And I feel like that was done for that reason. And he said, come up with a date. He said, come up with a date and, we'll do it. And here I go. Well, I think the 20th is too soon, or maybe I should give me another week. Esau's like, no, let's just do the 20th. That's fucking 2 weeks from now. So I'm like, so it's done. Bro. It's done, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's done.
And I know Kyle already put it out there, man. I mean, he's down to go out there and show you some support, help out any way he can, and, on that 20th. But shoot, same here, man. It's on that Saturday, right? So shoot, anything you need from us, bro. We'll show up, man, and help out whatever we can, bro. I don't know if it's to scrape up a grease spot off the fucking, pavement or something, but hand out napkins. I don't give a shit, bro. Give you a hand wherever we can, man.
And I appreciate it, but go ahead.
Hey, man, I already offered to come out there and fucking shake my ass and try to bring people in, bro. So, like, Anthony, you can't fucking top that, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I just kick it at the pad then.
No, the like we're talking with Ara, man. It's everything is set so that we can be successful.
Gotcha,
you know what I mean? I'm not just and y'all know.
Right.
Y'all know, dude. Everything that I've done has been planned.
Right.
And everything to the fucking pages I was working on last night at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Everything is just falling in place to where the menu's not too busy or whatever. Probably not the best barbecue, but it's my product and I know I have a good product. So,
right.
Better than Dickies.
Damn right, bro. Fuck that.
So we'll see what happens, man. We're going to throw it at them and we're going to get this wheel rolling. We're gonna get this wheel rolling, dude. So
yes, sir.
No more excuses now. Everything's done. Everything's done. So
my brother.
So September 20th, we'll be out there from noon to sell out. I'm gonna have some merch out there, giving it free giveaways. Nothing expensive, but it's gonna be cool stuff. So we're gonna have caps, koozies, and stickers. So
yeah. So that's what's up. We're gonna be having Sam out there doing belly flops in a kiddie pool. What's up?
So the address is 101 North G Street in Midland. It's real easy to find. It's right next to the Frost Building, Kyle. Right down the street from y'all.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's right down the street from y'all. You can't miss it. On G Street, there's a red building, red barbershop. It has the barbershop light out there. Can't miss it, dude. G Street.
Right on, brother.
So
that's right off of Wall Street.
On Yeah, right down the road from you. I guess that's Wall Street, right? Or that G
Yeah, that's
Street?
Wall Street.
That's G. Yeah. Well, we'll be there. So everybody's excited to come out. We're getting a lot of messages. People from work. Everybody said they're going to go out there. So we'll see what happens. Man. See what happens. So I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all's support and
Absolutely, bro.
Everything comes down to the 20th. You know, from this show to everything that I've done in the past, and everything has led up to this, and here I am. So
absolutely,
bro.
Cool.
Got this, bro.
Anything else?
Nah, brother.
Kyle?
This is Parrish Randall, and this concludes this episode of Beyond the Smoke. Thanks for stopping by, friend. We hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, happy trails. Until we talk meat again.